Hey everybody, Tara Green here, and I'm talking about the penumbral lunar eclipse happening right now, March 25th, 2024. It has just reached its peak. I went outside to gaze at the moon. You can barely see anything. This is a penumbral lunar eclipse, which means it's very, very faint. It is a full moon, of course, and all lunar eclipses are like super full moons. Okay, so this one's happening at 5 degrees of Libra. The moon's at 5 degrees of Libra, close to the south node at 15 degrees. And these north and south nodes of the moon are what's responsible for creating all eclipses. So these nodes from ancient times, the north node, the highest evolutionary goal is called the dragon's head, and the south node is called the dragon's tail. They're always called dragons. We just happen to be synchronistically in a year of a green dragon. So the south node is what we're releasing. It represents past lives in your natal chart. So releasing imbalance in relationships. The nodes are exactly at 15 degrees. That's the midpoint between 30 degrees and a whole sign. So this is a very powerful point. 15 degrees in any chart, very powerful. It's like the crest of the wave. Okay, so north nodal eclipse. South nodal eclipse in Libra is ruled by Venus, and Venus is presently at 16 degrees of Pisces, along with 4 other planets. So even though this is an airy eclipse, Libra is all about relationships, balance, harmony, the arts, being the go-between, needing to define yourself through your relationships, through social media. It is karmic. Libra is the symbol of karma. So Venus, the ruling planet in Pisces, is really all about spiritual letting go. So not what it appears like on the surface, which Libras tend to get caught up in, what things look like. So Venus in Pisces, Venus is considered to be exalted in Pisces. So this is really good. She's very powerful. So we want to go deep into our unconscious, which is what the moon rules anyway. The moon is always the mother. The moon is children, home, family, the womb, what we need to feel emotionally safe. So a lot of this is about doing inner child work. From past lives, I would say, to bring ourselves into the present state. So Venus is also conjunct an asteroid. My intuition said add some romance asteroids in here because it's Venus ruled Libra. And the asteroid Cupid, you've heard of Cupid, of course. Cupid is the little angel that, sets hearts aflutter. Cupid is exactly conjunct Venus. So this is a very romantic kind of quickening of the heart. And the asteroid Amor, so there's Psyche and Amor. So the asteroid Amor is the kind of the masculine energy in that Greek myth. It is exactly at 19 degrees of Aries, conjunct Chiron, the wounded healer, conjunct Mercury at 23 Aries, and conjunct the north node at 15. So that's a tight little, what you would call a stellium there. So Amor is passionate love. You want to make beautiful love, but being very spontaneous, also being very defensive about love, and maybe, getting yourself into trouble by jumping in too fast or being like tough love because you're afraid to reveal how vulnerable you are. Chiron and Aries. Chiron is really important. Must pay attention to Chiron right now because it is conjunct the north node. It will be exactly conjunct that eclipse degree. And it is also the US's 5th Chiron return, which I'm going to elaborate when I talk about the big solar eclipse. So the planet Mars is at 1 degree of Pisces. So Venus in Pisces, Mars in Pisces, when those two balanced archetypes are in the same sign, that they won't come together in Pisces, but they're, in harmony, right? They're both in Pisces. This is like the spiritual warrior. Venus, the goddess that rises from the oceans of the unconscious. She's very much in her element there. So a dream lover, so pay attention to your dreams because Saturn, the planet of karma, limitations, obstacles, testing, at 12 degrees of Pisces is about, again, ruling those nodes, ruling Libra. Exalted in Libra, we want to come to karmic balance about what we've done in a past life, any past life influences, like if you feel abandoned, rejected. There's only so many stories, and it's all about storytelling in the Greek myths. So Neptune, the planet of dreams. Neptune is Venus's higher octave. When the astronomers discovered these outer planets since the 1700s, Uranus was the first planet sighted past Saturn, which was always considered traditionally to be the limits of the planets. Traditional astrologers mainly only use 7 planets. In Vedic astrology, they only use the 7 planets the 7 days of the week. So the sun, the moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. Saturn was considered the limits of reality. And then when they discovered Uranus through a telescope, Uranus rules technology. Uranus rules the sign of Aquarius, rules revolution. Modern astrology made Uranus the higher octave, like a higher step up of the planet Mercury, the first planet out from the sun. And then when Neptune was discovered in the 1850s, they made Neptune the higher octave of Venus. So here we have Venus and Neptune. They will come together. One of the most beautiful days of the year. Neptune's at 27 Pisces, squaring what's called the galactic center. So again, this whole time while Neptune is at 27 Pisces, very important. Really meditate, really pay attention to the downloads you're getting directly from the galactic center. Okay, now there's also a lot of Aries energy here. Of course, the sun, we just had the spring equinox a bit early this year. The sun's at 5 degrees of Aries, so you want to pay attention. An astrologer, Maurice Fernandez, who's a great astrologer, a friend of mine in Sedona, he was saying pay attention to every time the sun hits any of your planets because it triggers that. So 5 degrees of Aries, if you're born in the 5th day of Aries, like if it's your birthday, the sun is lighting that up. 15 Aries, the North Node, that's our highest collective spiritual goal. Chiron nearby. It's about healing the toxic soldier, the warrior, Mercury at 23 Aries. So Mercury is already in its shadow period, which means that Mercury is going to go retrograde as an April Fool's gift this year. And then Jupiter at 15 also. So that when planets are at these same degrees, if you talk about degree theory astrology, they're also very powerful. So the 15th, the middle degrees, is showing up also very strong. Jupiter in Taurus, Venus also rules Taurus. So again, Jupiter and Venus we're in this positive sextile right now. They're supporting each other. That's also very profound. Cupid. So there could be some new love affairs coming in and doing things that you love, sensual things, beautiful things, rules art, rules DIY. And then Uranus at 20 degrees of Taurus. Now, Uranus has been hovering around that degree for a while. So again, that sense of the stock market, cryptocurrencies. In this chart, I set it for Washington, D.C. The ascendant is 10 degrees of Capricorn with Ceres, the great mother, sitting close to that ascendant, okay? Lilith is at 19 degrees of Virgo. I believe I saw a chart by an astrologer, Gemini Brett, saying he used black mean node and it was directly conjunct to something the other day, okay? But Lilith in Virgo is all about how your health is impacted through women being constantly denied and shunned and put down. It's opposite. She's opposite Saturn. She's opposite Venus. So again, Lilith, Venus, opposite each other. So this is the split in the patriarchy between women being like the Venus in Pisces is like very much the archetype of the Mother Mary sacrificing her son. And Lilith in Virgo, it's like your body, your gut instinct say, no, I never compromise. You treat me like an equal or else I'm out of here. Juno, my favorite goddess, I'm writing a book about her. She's at 8 degrees of Virgo, also opposite Saturn. So important to pay attention to what your body is telling you, your health, cleaning up your health. Vesta, the root word of investment, she's at 28 degrees of Gemini here, connected to the North Star. So invest in your mind, invest in opening your mind, in curiosity, in learning. Again, Vesta's opposite the galactic center and actually squaring Neptune. Okay, so again, invest in new ideas, invest in, what you think is right. Now, let's see if I can turn this chart around. Can I turn this chart around right now? I don't know if I can. Okay, let me stop that then for now.